There's this thing that happens, and it's the one thing I miss about not performing more than anything. And it's not something I can put my finger on it and tell you exactly what it is. But I liken it to the fight or flight syndrome that an individual has to go through, where they're in a situation where they can't do anything but run or stand and fight. Now, emotionally, you're putting yourself in that position. As soon as you start your show, before the show, you're not in that position. As soon as you start it, you're committing to that character and what you're going to do until you're done. And then it's over again. So during that time when I was, quote, the butterfly man, it was almost as like I was on a drug that allowed me to connect the dots of everything I ever heard or knew or read. That somehow it was all very, very clear to me. And I didn't have to take a lot of time to think up a witty response. I didn't have to have a prepared one in my pocket. What happened is my brain worked really, really good during that short individual 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever the show was, until it was over. And as soon as I would say, I am the butterfly man, your kind of tension, boom, it was back down. The reality, they're applauding or putting money in your hat, but you're not really aware of it. You're coming back down into the real world again, and your mind isn't working the same way, and it's almost myopic. You're just seeing, it's this much of the world is what I'm aware of, whereas this is huge, big, vast amount of experience and everything that comes alive inside me when I'm on there. And sometimes I just amaze myself at some of the things I've said. One of the things that, I didn't come from a background where I knew about performing or theater training or anything like that, so I broke a lot of rules unknowingly. But what I think that some people have, and not everybody seems to have this, is you, like you said, you become the focal point of all of this energy. They come in and it hits you. Now, I've noticed with some kids, if you use them as volunteers, they freeze. Or adults, they'll just freeze. Whereas others just are able to take that energy, and this is the rare individual. It's not all pervasive. In fact, I dare say only maybe 2% of the people that maybe less, that I've ever seen get turned on by a crowd. They know exactly what the crowd wants. And it's not age or experience. I've seen an 8-year-old boy walk on stage and sparkle as soon as he gets that energy. And he changes into this performer right before your eyes. And he wasn't before. So I think there are certain people that are aware of energy and somehow start to manipulate it. They learn how to manipulate that thing, and the smart ones give back what they're taking in, and they get this building momentum. But you also see performers who are talented who will take the energy and literally suck their audience dry because they have some ability of singing or dancing or juggling or this or that and the other, and then they'll take it home with them and they live off of it. They live off of other people's energy, and the audience feels, a little depleted or after it's over, not charged and energized. You just don't know. You just don't know who has it, who doesn't, because it's not something you can put your finger on. Certainly, how do you measure that? I don't know. But I always felt that I had that sense of what they collectively wanted. And when they were giving it to me, I collectively gave it back to them. I gave it to them en masse and just played with that energy. And the more acceptance that they gave me, the more acceptance I gave myself. I think that's a big key too, isn't it?